And now, as promised from yesterday, our esteemed South Asia Human Rights Ambassador, actress, and 2019 Hero Awardee, Sheena Chohan.
Excellencies, youth delegates, ladies and gentlemen, and people of the world, Namaste. Namaste comes from the Hindi word which means I bow to the divine in you. So Namaste to you all, and Namaste to the United Nations for providing Youth for Human Rights with this heavenly setting for the 2019 International Youth Summit. It is indeed an honor for me to be present here today in front of the leaders of the world to address such an important issue. I really believe that the purpose that we have gathered here today is truly divine, which is to forward the cause of youth for human rights and education. The word education comes from the Latin language, which means to lead out. And all of us know that it is education that will lead us out of the misery in which humanity is in today, into a world more befitting the divine to which I have just bowed. It is human rights education which will lead us out of an India where one woman is killed every hour for not bringing enough dowry. Out of a Southeast Asia where 2.5 million people are currently still living as slaves. And out of a world where 60 million people were displaced from their homes last year into a reality which is presently only our dream. A world of non-discrimination, non-violence, tolerance, and justice for all. I come to you from India, where I'm privileged to be the Southeast Asia Ambassador for the last 10 years. During these 10 years, I have been able to use my position as an actress and ambassador to communicate the need for human rights to over 36 million people across South Asia. And I have been able to get human rights education into the curriculum of over 30 universities in South Asia. The personal talks that I have given to thousands of students in India about their rights have left me humbled and inspired by the changes that can be brought about when we enlighten the youth about their rights. The more I have worked for human rights, the more certain I have become that these human rights violations have got to stop. One story I treasure was the response of a young girl in a slum school who came to me after the seminar, and she told me that she had been threatened for her feet to have been cut off if she went to work. But now she realized after the seminar that it was her human right, and she didn't have to grow up to be a slave like her mother. Her eyes shone and her face lit up, and she said to me, I have a right to dream. Naturally, you all know that human rights violations are a global problem, existing in every country and every continent. My involvement with Youth for Human Rights began when I realized that their educational materials were perfect to raise awareness of human rights globally. These materials use the universal language of film to speak to all the people in what films, no matter our literacy level, we feel the truth behind their messages. We feel respect for everyone being born free and equal. We feel admiration for the child overcoming the bullies by discrimination. And we feel empathy for the girl who has been denied the right to education, which maybe her friends have taken for granted. It is these feelings which confirm that the information that we are receiving is true. And we hold this truth in our hearts long after the brief screen time. And the effect of these feelings cannot be overstated. Because once the understanding of a person's natural rights is stirred, that person is then empowered to demand those rights for themselves, their families, and their people. History shows us that what Gandhi did in freeing millions of Indians from foreign domination included extensive education for them about their human rights. And Nelson Mandela showed us that education is the most powerful weapon to change the world, because he did use human rights education to free South Africa. That is why I stand before you in a plea for mandatory human rights education in schools around the world. Education, by its definition, is the answer to first lead our youth and then humanity out of intolerance, violence, and abuse. I'm sincerely inviting each one of you, already enlightened beings, individuals who are a part of your organization, to take effective steps to spread human rights understanding as a private individual, in your organization, in your society, in all our lives. I humbly ask your help to implement mandatory human rights education and move towards the ultimate goal of this United Nations, which is world peace.